Hello everyone, thank you for joining this special training on Midas NFX. I'm Cyprian, the Technical Manager for the European region in Midas IT. So today I will talk about all the features. I will make a small summary about all the features of Midas NFX and show you again how it is easy to use it. Okay, so first, the work environment in Midas NFX is very convenient and simple, and this is the first point in Midas NFX. Then you have two modes, very much adapted for each type of users, the designer mode and the analyst mode. I will show you again all these two modes right after. And you have an optimized and intuitive workflow. Also, I will explain. And a very strong point, it is really easy to learn. So for the persons, for the engineers who never use the CAE simulation, they can really perform simple analysis very easily in Midas NFX. And we have the large material database. So first, let me show you the designer mode. I think maybe you already saw it. So you can change from the designer to analyst mode here, and this is the interface. So only one bar for everything. So this is the module for the CAD users and the designers. So you can import your model quickly and perform any kind of analysis very easily. So I'm saying that the workflow is very easy because in fact all is in one bar. If you look at the left, you have the import function, and then you have directly the function you will use after, like the simplify function, the contact, the material, and then you have the mesh. The mesh is just one button with the design mode and all the kind of loads you can do. So I will show you again really quickly this time inside Midas NFX how to do very easy analysis. So as I said, first I click on imports. I will show you this time a very simple model to show you, because usually the CAD users don't always use very complex models. Sometimes they have something very simple like that. So first thing to do is to assign a material. So you go in the material here. You can click here also to material. You choose the material you want in the library, or you can also enter the coefficients here. So let's say you want to use aluminum alloy, this one, and you see you have all the coefficients you need. So I just click on OK, and you see my material is here. So now I can drag and drop it on it, or I can also right click and select the material I want to assign to this one. Now you see I have small holes here. I don't really need this, so I go into the simplify function, find, select, and remove. In fact, I remove this because if you do the meshing like that, the results, maybe your meshing will not be so good, and you may have results a bit not so good. So same for the fillets. And now you see the model is simpler, and it will not impact a lot on the results you will obtain. So in fact, now I just have to apply the loads and the boundary condition because it's just one part. I don't need to assign the contact. So here you see it's a dummy part. So I have to cut it. I have to assign the symmetry condition to this basis here. Symmetry, apply, and I will pin this hole. Pin, Okay. And now I just have to assign force to this plane in y direction. Let's say 200 or 2000 Newton. Okay. And now the meshing is really automatic. Just one click on your model. You can view the seeding to see if the size is enough big. So I think it's okay. You have more advanced option. I will uncheck the high order elements. Okay. In the designer mode, you only have the solid mesh for the 3D models, but you have all the other types into the analysis mode. So now I just click to create my linear static analysis and solve. So you see in a few clicks, I just meshed my model, assigned the loads, and now I can get the results. And it's going really quickly. In only 4 seconds, I have my results. So now, and after that, you have a lot of tools to do anything. So, in fact, in the designer mode, you have only one tab for the pre-analysis to assign the load, the mesh, and everything, and you have one tab for the post options, so to view your results. So you can use, for example, the probe tool to view the result at any point of your model. You can view the animation if you want to see the deformation due to your load. You can view the formative stress also. And if you want, it's possible to add a lot of type of loads. You have these 3 types basically, but you have a lot of other types you can add. And as it is a dummy model, you have the symmetry mirror plane here. So by clicking here and selecting your plane, you will be able to view your complete model. And let's say you want to know where the stress is bigger in your model, and you don't know really which tool you can use. You have what is called the ISO surface. So it shows you the value of the stress here over a certain value. So if you set, let's say, 2.0 approximately, then you can see where in your model the stress is the bigger. So you know which part of your model you have to modify a bit. For example, you can do bigger this part. Okay, let's come back to the presentation. It was just to show you again how to import and do all the things in the designer mode. Now the analysis mode is much more complex. It is for the analysts as name, so the expert engineers who already use some professional simulation softwares, and you have all the types of mesh, everything inside this mode. So here you can view all the tabs you have in the analysis mode. The first tab is for the geometry, so you can modify your geometry directly inside the software. Then you have more advanced feature for the meshing. As you saw in the designer mode, you only have one button to simplify, in fact. But as you know, you may need to have more options for the mesh, like to want it to be 3D, or for them to verify the quality of your mesh. You can even create manually your mesh if you want. And you have more advanced options for the loads. Now, as I showed you already, the strong points of Midas NFX are the pre and post process functions, because it is what the designers need, and mainly they will use not so complicated models, but maybe with a lot of contacts or small holes, so they will need first simplification function. And I think that there is few softwares who propose this kind of function. Also auto contact. So when you have a big assembly, you need to assign automatically the contact between all the parts of your assembly. And using this auto contact, it's really easy to do that. Also, you have what I call the design auto update. So the designers made a model, then they do the analysis, but you know, you have to modify your model, always modify to make it better. So because of that, you have to do again the analysis, and you have to, so if your analysis is very complex, you have to assign again all the nodes, all the boundary, but you don't need to do that in Midas NFX. Here you can automatically assign again all the nodes and boundaries. Then the high-speed parallel meshing. The meshing is very good and very fast. Also, you have really all types of mesh are provided. In the designer mode, you only have the solid mesh, but even for the solid mesh, you have the hybrid meshing, which is not a simple feature. I mean, it's a very advanced feature you can only find into very professional softwares, and it can give you a lot of accuracy and calculation speed also. Yes, I told you about hybrid meshing. Also, you have all kind of feature to customize reports or to view the graphics, the clipping plane, the mirror plane. You can do the ISO surface. Using the probe tool, you can view the value at any point of your model, and etc. You have you can draw curves directly in the model, etc. Now the analysis functions. So Midas NFX first is a multidisciplinary solution, which is totally integrated in one software. So this is a strong point. I mean, maybe it's a bit small, but what I want to show you here is that you have one product and all the types of analysis: the linear, the model, buckling, nonlinear static, dynamic, non-explicit, CFD, fatigue, heat transfer. Really all that in one software, in one environment. You don't need to add extra modules to pay extra money. If you have the professional version of NFX, you have all that. And you can use the subcases to create to add different type of loads to your model at the same time, or you can combine the loads together and view the results on your model of the different type of loads. So if you need to test your model at with different types of loads, you just have to run once the analysis, and then you can compare the results of all the loads. You have a big mesh library, as I said. You can use the adaptive mesh for the static analysis, so you can refine automatically the meshing. We have some new features like the multi-body dynamics and the topology optimization, and various special functions a bit more advanced, like the sensor or press stress, the contact separation, etc. And some high performance solvers. So in fact, the keywords for Midas NFX are convenient, simple and intuitive interface and workflow. So it's easy to use, really. You can learn it very quickly. Also, it's a multidisciplinary solution. So you have powerful features in one software. So all the kind of analysis in one software, and always, I mean, very reliable and professional level. So it's very powerful also. And you have auto simplification, auto contact, auto update, auto report. So a lot of features for the designers. So it's automatic also. So this is the three strong points of Midas NFX. It's easy, it's powerful, and it's automatic. Now, if you want more information on Midas NFX, you can go on our website. So on the website, we have all kinds of learning material. Also, we have the some videos about the products, and all kind of information on the Midas NFX.